Hello, some people have been wondering how they can make their own tanks for TONK, and the reason that we cut it off before is because of quality control, pretty much. So now I'm going to go over exactly how we make them so that other people can make them. It's kind of a tutorial. Now, this is not a technical tutorial on how to go from empty Blender project to finished tank. This is only the bits that we use. There's plenty of other videos online for if you want to make a tank, but this is only to get it to work with the game. So I've just got a pretty empty scene and the ARRT loaded in to show you we have very, very strict naming conventions that have to be held up because otherwise our systems just don't work with them. There is two sections to the tank model. There is the visual model, which is nice and detailed, and then there is the armor model, which is this, which is much, much less detailed, much, much less triangles on it. What you want to do is model it as the visual first. Make your nice visual tank, as shown here. Of the AMX. The AMX 10M is going to be the one we use to just kind of get through it and show what you need to do. So there's this is just the visual model. If I hide these, once you've finished making your visual model, just hide it or do whatever and make the armor model. The armor must be named incredibly specifically, as you can see here, like 25.4. Just name each armor plate with its thickness. If you want it to be spaced, you have to do like 6.4 space and then in brackets spaced. And the tracks, L chassis, R chassis, and they have to be like this. Now, so that's the naming conventions. Wheels you can do if you want. I will make a channel in the Discord server with the normal map that we use for the wheels, because we have let me get it up. We have a normal map that we use for all our road wheels at the same time. If you make your own wheels, do not make your own wheels. People have done that before, just don't. We do the wheel stuff because we've got normal maps and all sorts of stuff set up with it. Now, normal maps. For people who don't know what a normal map is, it basically fakes shadows in order to make extra detail. So if I get the ARRT's material, okay, I don't know why it's so bright in this scene, but you can see how it makes the edges much nicer. It just makes everything look slightly more detailed, especially kind of like these edges here. Now the way we do that is with something called a bevel map. So I go back into Blender, get rid of this. First, you need to unwrap it. You need to UV unwrap it. These red things are UV seams. That's one of those things that you're going to have to do without me. Like I'm not very good at modeling. There's plenty of tutorials online on how to do that kind of thing. Once you've done that, go to the UV editing and make sure in object mode you select both of them. Go into edit mode, press A to make sure all of the faces are selected, and UV unwrap the whole thing at the same time. The best way that we found to do it is average island scale, then pack islands. This seems to be the best way that we found to do it. Once you've done this, go to the shading. This is what it will look like to start with. If you want to check your UV unwrap, add an image node, which is just add texture, image texture. get a picture that's just like a checkerboard or something like that, and attach it in, and then it will show you your UV unwrap. Basically, if the squares are too big in some places and too small in other places, then you haven't done a good job. So what you want to do for the normal map, which is the first bit, you want to go out of this to start with. I want to attach that back so it's visible. Select both the hull and gun visual, and if it's a turreted tank, select the turret, of course, as well. Make duplicates of them. Select the duplicates and join them into one object. So now there is the copy object of both of them. Hide the other objects, and also very important, make sure to click this camera icon, because that really messes stuff up when you start rendering. Once you've done that, go into the shading component, or shading place, add, input, bevel. Just chuck it down and put normal into normal there. Now what you want to do, if you didn't use an image node for checking UVs, you're going to need one now anyway. Make a new image in the UV editor. So image, new, doesn't matter what it's called, 2048 by 2048. It has to be that. It has to be 2048 by 2048. And then you got a black image. There's the. It looks grey, but it is black. Go back onto shading. Select that image you just made in the image node. Go up here to render. Cycles. Make sure it's on cycles. Scroll down to bake. Select normal. Make sure you've clicked this so it's active. There's an orange outline around your thing, and click bake. And I forgot to do the camera. Okay, make sure this camera is on, then click bake, and it will take a while, but it will bake your texture. Right, I'm back now that it's baked, because OBS does take quite a bit of power. To check that it's a nice one, just go straight from color, drag this into surface, and it should look like this. This is a lovely normal map. So what this does is, on the corners, it adds a bevel without actually adding any more geometry, which makes it look much, much nicer. So once you've done that, once you've checked it and all that, just unattach it, go to UV editing, go to image, save as, and just save the image. It doesn't matter where you save it, as long as you make sure you have saved it separately. Otherwise it will lose it. You'll lose it on the next step. Once you've done that, get rid of these two. You do not need either of them. Go to add, input, ambient occlusion, do AO straight to surface, and it should look a bit like this. So there should be slight hints on the corners. Once you've done that, go back to click on your image, change bake type from normal to emission, make sure everything's set up again, and click bake. Right, and once it has baked the AO map, change it to surface, and it should look nice like this. Yeah, if it looks like this, you've done it all right. Then go back to modeling, just delete the thing that you don't need anymore, and that should be all of it for the model side. Now for naming conventions when doing when making this, you want to have the gun in an empty that has the root of the empty where you want the gun to rotate around, so like this. And then same thing with the turret. Although you do not want to put the gun into the turret like this. Yes, that is how it works like within the game, but that's not how we model it. Other than that, And you need a visual model and an armor model for all gun, turret, and hull. And other than that, I think that's all of it. Good luck.